Another edition of our Riversport update on newsok.com. Dave Morris down here at the Boathouse District. Good to get out of the office and visit you gentlemen. Mike Knopp, Executive Director of the Oklahoma City Boathouse Foundation. And the gentleman we had on just a couple weeks ago, Brian Ebke. Guys, good to see you. This weekend's the Bart and Nadia Sports Experience down at the Cox Convention Center. Mike, I'll let you set that up. What all happens there?
Well, this is an event we've been involved in really since the beginning, and it's, for our part of the event is we do a big indoor rowing race, and this is really typical of this time of year for training for rowing. The athletes all get on on these machines and they race against each other, and then they see themselves on the screen, and so it's actually a really neat spectator event. And it's just part of an overall sports and fitness expo. And then, of course, Bart and Nadia will also be having a major gymnastics competition going on at this time. But we have our friends with UCO and many others are involved as well.
It's a free family experience on that Saturday at the Cox Convention Center for about 4 or 5 hours that morning. And you're right, it is a fan-friendly spectator sport. It's kind of cool to see the screen up there and follow the dots and see see how the competition's going and follow your rowers.
Yeah, it's really competitive, and the athletes are out there giving a 100% best effort. So it's a lot of fun to see people who are really good at what they're doing kind of get out there and give their best on a big stage.
You guys have been a partner and part of the Bart and Nadia Sports Experience for several years. Why is it important for you guys to be involved in community type events like this?
Well, I mean, for one, Bart has been such a great partner. He's been a big advocate of what we do out here at the river. But number two, that's really what we're all about is inspiring people to get active, whether it be rowing or kayaking or getting on the trail or just getting outside. And so we feel like this is another great medium to do that, to be in a place, number one, in February. Well, typically it's cold, so yeah.
Today's kind of warm and humid.
But it's a great time to get people active and moving, inside, and maybe start thinking about what they're going to do in the spring and when it gets warmed up. So it's also a chance for us to expose the public to all the different programs and activities that we offer down here.
Question for you. When I go to the gym and I see these rowing machines, how legit are those rowing machines as a workout? I'm guessing they're very legit. And are there any tips and tricks that I should be trying with these rowing machines that the real life athletes do?
That's a great question because we do see a lot of people getting on them at the gym. That's a very common place to use them. They're extremely legit. That's, I would say, one of, if not the hardest workouts you could possibly do. It works your whole body. It's legs, core, upper body, arms, really everything. The biggest tip I would give to a first timer going to the gym is take that damper setting on the side and take it from 10 where it's probably set at and put it down at 4 or 5. That's going to be a little bit of a lighter load. People want to crank it up in the gym and feel like they're doing more work. But the reality is that like a 4 or 5 setting on there is going to be plenty of work for the average gym goer.
Good to know. Good advice right there. Michael's talking about the off-season work that goes on. What sort of off-season work goes on?
Well, we do spend a lot of time on the rowing machines when it's nice like it has been lately. We get out on the water as much as possible. Things like this erg race are a really fun way to break up the training for the athletes to get out and compete, as we talked about earlier. And then we've also got some talent ID camps kind of spread throughout the winter time, one of which we're hosting here this weekend as well.
There's the segue. You have it right there. Tell us some more about this camp.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have athletes who are interested in checking out the junior national team and trying to represent their country at the Junior World Championships this summer. They'll come here to Oklahoma City and get identified. We've got about 10 or 12 athletes so far, and hopefully a few more coming in. So we'll do a session on the water, kind of check their rowing technique, see how they're doing, take them over to the Cox Convention Center for the Bart and Nadia Festival and have them jump on the erg for the indoor challenge. And then we do these throughout the country, and in about April, we compile all the data and get on the phone with all the junior national team coaches and compare notes and see who's going to get invited to camp for the summer.
Good way for these athletes to get that name recognition up.
Yeah, absolutely. We release the list of athletes who come to and there are 3 different summer camps kind of for all different abilities, with the top one again being the junior national team camp. And so those lists get published out on the internet, and college coaches definitely check that out, and it's really a great way for some of the athletes to get more visibility as they're planning their next steps in the sport.
Very good. Alongside Brian Ebke and Mike Knopp, Dave Morris here, 11 years old. Can you believe it? At the Chesapeake Boathouse down at the Boathouse District. Mike, I'll give you the final word. What else is coming up?
Well, we have the Perfect Finish coming up, and that's an event that we've held the last several years, and the parents of the kids in our youth programs are the organizers for this, and it's a benefit to the program and really allowing us, if you see all these beautiful boats, it allows us to continue to expand the program, provide great equipment for our kids. I mean, they're really competing on a national stage, and so we want to make sure that we have the best equipment for them to do so, but then to also provide opportunities for kids that may not also have an opportunity to get involved, and that's through scholarships. And so we provide scholarships to kids who maybe can't afford to get involved, and we try to make to really take away all barriers to get involved in this great sport, because it is such a unique opportunity in Oklahoma City to be involved in rowing. I mean, as Brian said, we have these camps, these national level camps that are coming here, and I got to tell you, I was speaking to a middle school the other day that was starting rowing, and that was one of the things that came up is these kids are they're 11, 12 years old and already thinking, gosh, I can get involved in the sport that can lead who knows where. It could lead to college, it could lead to the national team, it could lead to traveling the world. And so it is such a unique opportunity for kids in Oklahoma City, which is why we want to remove every barrier, and this event is a part of that.
Very good. You can find more information at riversportokc.org for all the things we talked about today. And don't forget the Bart and Nadia Sports Experience coming up this weekend at the Cox Convention Center. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.